All right. So first question is, um, what is your impression of the activity, or in other words, how were you left after the being here with us for 2 hours? But what was your impressions?
Um, I liked it. I think the best part was really the lecture with the story because that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But the game was fun, but I didn't really understand it at first. So, but I didn't know where the code was. But then when I found it, it was fun.
Got it. So what I heard was that you really appreciate the lecture, the story. It's something that you'll remember. And the game was hard to understand in the beginning, but once you got the hang of it, you had fun.
Yes.
Now, tell me a little bit about meeting other teens in this platform. Like, what was that like?
I think on terms of meeting teams, it's a little bit harder to do than in Zoom because you have to walk up to the person to be able to talk to them, and that makes it a little bit more complicated.
Got it.
But the game atmosphere was a little bit more relaxed, I guess. But there weren't a lot of people talking. Most people wanted to use the chat, and I felt more comfortable with that because everybody can see it. Whereas in the video, you have to walk up, and some people won't see it.
Thank you. So I will always give you some time um, before I speak again, so it's easy for me to cut your voice later. And actually, I don't need to do that because I'm not going to play your voice. All right. Anything else you want to tell people who were not here today? Like, what would you like to tell other teens who did not participate today about the experience?
Um, I guess that we talked about first. We talked about reincarnation in my room, and I think the other room was about mediumship. And then the lecture was about how if you before you can love other people, you have to love yourself and don't give up on your goals. And you can only achieve your goals by doing a small thing every day. That it's not all at once.
Perfect. Thank you, Elena. I'm gonna switch you. Is there anything else you'd like to say to about to give feedback to us? What worked? What didn't work?
I think in terms of the scavenger hunt, um, you could have had the objects a little bit further apart, with the bookshelves especially, because you had one bookshelf next to the other, and both of them had an X. So it was hard to tell which one you were clicking on.
Okay. Anything else?
Mm, other than that, I think it was really fun.
Thank you very much, Elena. Thank you very much for coming, for participating, for interacting in the lecture, all of that, everything you brought in. Oh, let me add myself
Thank
back.
you so much for organizing this. It must have taken so long to make.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of work. Thank you. So I'm gonna bring in Natalia. Hi, Natalia, and I'm gonna remove Elena. And Elena, feel free to leave if you need to go back to the map or if you need to do something else. Okay. So Nat, I'm gonna ask similar questions to you, and it's recording. Um, would you mind if I showed your video later in the closing? It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. All right. So the first question is, what was your impression when you got inside Gather Town? Right. Let me remove myself from here first.
My impression was at first I thought it was gonna be kind of like Zoom where everyone's like in a gallery and you just see like the faces. But when I went in and I saw that there was like all these avatars, it was honestly, I got very, very excited because I've never done anything like this, and it was something new and something fun to try. And I found it very fun how if you walk up to someone, that you could just chat with them and no one else would hear you. So like only that person would hear you. So I found that very very fun to communicate.
Yeah, I'm. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm still learning this StreamYard stuff. Okay, good. That was perfect. Thank you so much. I really got that your excitement. I really got the you understood how it works, like in terms of moving around to talk to people. Now, giving the puzzles, right? What were you left with? What room were you in? What was the topic, and what did you learn from that experience?
Well, the room I was in was room one. So what we talked about was mediumship and how the spirits contact us or how they like speak with us. And what I learned was, well, we didn't really finish. We had like two things left to do, but what I learned was that in any object or in any way the spirits can communicate with the medium as long as there is a medium there. They can communicate how like however they can, like throughout any object, or if the medium can see them, or if they communicate through an object, or like a knock on the wall or a table spinning. As long as there's a medium, they can communicate. And I found that very interesting because I thought it was only specific things that they can communicate through, but apparently it's everything as long as there's a medium.
I got that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but you learned something new. And the interesting thing there was that you cannot, for me, right? You cannot silence the spirits. So the truth will come out.
Yeah.
Um, Now, about the lecture from the birds, right? So, what did you get from that?
Well, there's a lot of things to get from it. There's a lot of messages, a lot of lessons to learn, but the main one I really thought about was if you do your part, or if you're nice to someone else, or when you're just yourself, and like how Julio mentioned, um what other people like say about you. So like if they're talking good about you, it doesn't make you any like better. Or if someone's talking bad about you, it doesn't make you any more bad. Like it's just you. Your part is the good. Like what you do to improve, or what you do to your part to like contribute, is the good part. So
Very good. I may be silenced after you finish, so I give you time so I can cut the video later. Okay, perfect. Um, and I think, what are the feelings that you're left with after today?
the feelings I'm left with is I had a great time, and I really didn't expect for it to be honestly this fun. But there was a little connection issue. Like a lot of people had to like reconnect, or the avatar would like take forever to move. Um, but otherwise, I found it very fun and a very nice thing to experience because I've never tried it before. Um, I hope we do it again in the future if we have anything like for teens or for kids. So,
All right. Thank you very much, Nat. Have a wonderful rest of Sunday. And if you can, connect back on 5 o'clock. That time is going to be on Zoom for the closing. All right. I'm going to add Arlene here to the stream, and I'm going to take you out. Feel free to disconnect if you want, okay?
bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, Arlene.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. Oh, my goodness.
It was crazy.
It was, right? It was crazy good.
Yeah, it is crazy good.
Yeah. Yeah. We never know how many people is going to show up, right? I pick up 100 out of my head, just, but there was no.
For a while, in a way, it's good that it wasn't 100.
Uh-huh.
It would be nice, but it would be very hard for our small team to coordinate everything.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Would you like to, uh, you know, be in the interview as well?
Yeah,
Okay, so it's gonna be from the other side, right? Because you helped organize everything.
yeah. Well, yeah. Let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
Did you see my shirt?
I saw your shirt. I'm so jealous. You should sit in a way that we can see your shirt. Like,
Yeah, then I would have to be like squatting the whole time. It wouldn't work.
no. Okay. All right, Arlene. So let me think. Okay, so Arlene, you were one of the organizers, and you were there coordinating the teams, right? Giving them instructions. Um, what is it like to work in a platform like Gather Town with the teams?
Well, um, I had experienced Topia as a. I didn't create anything there yet. We didn't use, but I had been, looking around. So I found Gather Town very similar in the sense that you can interact with people just like you would interact with them in a regular in-person meeting. That you go closer, you can see them, you go farther, you stop seeing and hearing. I think that brings a different sense to whoever is there with you. And I think after a year and a year plus of Zoom meetings, Gather Town is very refreshing because you kind of get the same experience of an in person without being close to one another.
Got it. Can you tell like how was your interaction with the teams? Can you just because you were coordinating a big part of it and talking to the teams, what was that like?
The things always bring some different energy into our lives. That's why I chose to be an educator in the first place. And I do work with teens regularly on my center. And they always have this different energy, this different point of views that sometimes open up a different thoughts in our minds. So it was great to see them interacting with the platform as they would in a game, which is something very common, something they know a lot. And it feels energizing. I really like to listen to their opinions, to see how they work to get the clues they need to get, and how some of them are so determined to get everything right, everything done. They just don't want to give up. They want to keep doing it. It's fun.
I bet it is. Um, Anything that was surprising to you?
Mm, mm, I wouldn't say surprising, um, but I have been working with um, in a lot of events during this pandemic, and I think it always makes me very grateful to see all those people working behind the cameras. I would say behind the cameras to get the events going. This is something surprising because we never thought it would require that much effort and energy and work to put to come up with an event like this. We are used to having like some people working some time to get a day of activities, and uh, during the pandemic we have seen people working 3-4 months to get a 2-hour event. So it requires, this surprises me all the time. This is one thing that surprises me all the time, the amount of effort that people had to put in order to get the event going. And we have such dedicated helpers and educators and workers. It's awesome.
I got that, Arlene. Thank you. And you are one of those.
It's always a pleasure to be. You met so many people.
I know.
So many people from everywhere. It's
All right.
awesome.
Okay. I think we have enough. Let me stop recording. How does it just end?